Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. I'm here to give my Dutch Grand Prix qualifying session quick review and observation, and without any further ado, let's get right into the video guys. Starting off with my first observation. Well, Williams has had a pretty bittersweet weekend so far, with Sargent crashing the car in FP3, restricting him from taking part in the qualifying session, adding more expense to Williams. While Albon delivered Williams possibly one of their best qualifying sessions this season so far, as the team had fitted their first major upgrade package to the FW46, which is a redesigned underfloor. And this new upgrade package has really put Williams back in the mix of the tight midfield pack. With Albon qualifying P8 for tomorrow's race, it was again a blow to the gut, as it was later found out that Albon's underfloor had a technical infringement. So Albon has got disqualified from the qualifying session. So he should be starting from the back with his teammate after qualifying in P8. I mean, this has to be the biggest shocker that I've had in this session. With Hamilton rounding off the first part of the season on a high and having a clear edge over his teammate in Q1, I did not expect Hamilton to get knocked out in Q2 while his teammate Russell comfortably made it to the next part of the qualifying session. It was genuinely a surprise to not see him in the top 10, considering his pace and performance in the last couple of races and in the early parts of the weekend. With him getting a 3-place grid penalty for impeding Sergio Perez in the qualifying session, starting P15, I really hope he has a good race tomorrow to at least finish in the top 5 in a worst case scenario. Sainz had a pretty rocky weekend so far, with him having to wait it out in FP2 if I'm not wrong, with having issues related to his car. He effectively had the least amount of time behind the wheel, and that frustration was visible while riding on board with him. You can clearly see that he was overdriving the car and pushing it a lot harder to compensate for the lack of pace and track time. And right from the start of the session, I had this horrible feeling of him not making into the top 10 with the way he was driving the car, and it did happen. As expected, Red Bull were struggling this weekend. I mean, the RB20 looked like a handful going through the corners. But we have to give props to both the drivers, as I feel like they did their best to minimize the damage. With Verstappen qualifying P2 and Sergio Perez in P5, I think they both did a solid job. What Max Verstappen did in this session is truly amazing. To put that car in the top 3, I mean, it has less to do with the car but has more to do with his driving. But I will not be surprised if Max Verstappen ends up falling down the ladder as the race progresses tomorrow, like how it did at Spa, because the RB20 does not look composed going through the corners like its predecessor the RB19 did at this track this time last year. Perez too, I think, did a solid job considering that he was under pressure and the kind of scrutiny he's under. I feel like he did a solid job to qualify P5 with just one lap in Q3 with new set of tires. But my only worry is that I really hope he doesn't fall down the ladder like he did at Spa in the race tomorrow. McLaren, as I expected, looked absolutely mighty around this track. I mean, both the cars qualified in the top 3, and from here, sky is the limit in terms of the kind of result they could pull out of the race tomorrow, as long as they can do a solid job in terms of the race execution. With Mercedes looking considerably slower and RB20 looking like it's operating on a knife edge at all times, I think McLaren could easily pull a comfortable 1-2 at Max Verstappen's backyard, and that would be a massive flex if the team can execute the race to absolute perfection. And that's the key word here. Can the team deliver a solid weekend? Can they execute the race to absolute perfection? Because that's where I think McLaren is really inferior to their competition. So yes guys, the qualifying was solid. I mean, it was not the greatest of sessions like how I had expected, but it was still entertaining nonetheless. So I hope tomorrow's race is at least a bit more exciting, with Lando Norris, who has not had the best of race starts this season, with the home hero starting P2. I wonder how the turn 1 and the first couple of laps are gonna transpire. So yes, with that being said, I would like to wrap this video, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and let me know down in the comments on what are your thoughts on the qualifying session and who you expect to win the race tomorrow. Put it down in the comments. I'm curious to know what is your take on it. With that being said, subscribe to the Master channel if you haven't already, and also hit that bell icon while you're at it so you get notified whenever I upload a brand new video. And until next time, it's me, Vinesh from Meister, and I'm out. Love you guys. Stay safe. Peace.